Howdy, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments. So you know what day it is. It's Oracle Tuesday, so I will be using my personally made Marissa Moments Oracle deck. Remember, take what resonates, leave everything else to the wayside. And yes, this message is probably for you and it's for the collective. So without further ado, I'm gonna go on ahead and speed up this shuffle because you ain't got time for that. Neither do I. Let's go.
10 years later.
Okay, so in usual form, we're gonna list these out first. So this one flew out of the deck. It was like, whoa, right? Hold yourself accountable. Now I'm gonna try to go in order that they came out. Have the dessert. Life's too short to not enjoy the simple things. Okay, let me read that again because I messed it up. Have the dessert. Life's too short to not enjoy the simple things. Got that? Fitting in is so overrated. This is really cool because these are a lot of new cards we haven't seen. Why do you fear success? Then we have mistakes happen, learn from them, grow and move on. And then last, we have focus on your strengths. And then bottom of the deck, what do we have? You already know the answer, man. So let's get into it. I don't know why I just paused that. But anyway, hold yourself accountable. This literally flew out of the deck. Like what I'm hearing is that you've been letting yourself off the hook for a lot of things, right? So like maybe you make plans, maybe you have this list of like, what I hear is like a laundry list, right? These honey-dos, these to-dos, however you want to put it, these goals, focus, whatever. And you write it down, you have it in a list. However, every single day that you plan to do it, you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. Hello, procrastination. What Spirit is saying is that you have to start holding yourself accountable. No, you don't have to put undue pressure on yourself, but you do have to be accountable to the things that you set forth for yourself. Because, and I think it was last week that Spirit was talking about procrastination. I guess this is a ... to be continued a little bit, because you have to get focused on the things that you need to achieve. Okay, that was very specific. All right. Get focused on the things that you need to achieve and don't worry about the rest. Right. And then Spirit is saying, okay, because what I feel for you is that you're very black or white, no gray area in between. It's like that or that, not that. Right. And so what Spirit is saying is that you can loosen up just a little bit. But when it comes down to those achievements and those goals, you still have to be accountable. But at the end of the day, don't worry about it as much. Try not to overthink it. I would say don't overthink it, but I can't tell you that because you're still going to overthink it. Just try to reel it in just a little bit, right? And then that way, that's the proverbial have the dessert, because life's too short to not enjoy the simple things, right? It's okay to, what I hear is reward yourself. Now, I'm not talking about diet wise, right? Because I don't want you to be unhealthy talking about, well, I lost 5 pounds, so I'm gonna reward myself with this cake, right? Yeah, is that you? It's sometimes me too. I had to switch up the game. But anyway, let's stay focused. What I'm hearing is that these two together, yes, hold yourself accountable, be focused, stop procrastinating, but at the same time, make sure that you reward yourself for those accomplishments, because the reason why you have a tendency to put a lot of things off, and no, I'm not reading, I'm reading, is that you don't feel like there's anything that comes from it, right? You're like, okay, so I'm doing it, and then I'm just doing more and more and more, and I'm knocking all these things off my list, but I'm not seeing any reward in the aftermath, right? But what Spirit is saying is that reward yourself, right? Not necessarily with food or anything like that, but what is something that you've been wanting to do? Maybe it's taking a class. Maybe it's taking a 5-minute nap. Now, let's not knock 5-minute naps because they are the bee's knees. But when it says have the dessert, it does not have to be food. It can be the thing that you've been working towards, that maybe that shirt that you've been wanting to buy, maybe that class that you've been wanting to take, maybe that application you've been wanting to put in. It's whatever, how it resonates for you. Life is too short to not grab the bull by the proverbial horns, right? And then let's take it even further, because the reason why what I receive is that the reason why you don't have that proverbial dessert often is because you're feeling like, that's going to make me a little too weird, right? It's going to make me stand out a little too much. Yeah, I want to take, now this is my true story. This is my moment. I want to take that belly dance class, but everybody's like, why you want to do that, right? And I'm like, because I want to, right? Fitting in is so overrated, you guys. Do what you are called to do. What sparks joy for you? Now, of course, we're causing no harm to anyone else and ourselves included. But outside of that, if you want to go put on a clown nose and do it on the corner, as long as you're not hurting anyone or breaking any laws, then go on ahead and do it. Who needs to fit in? People are going to judge regardless, right? So live your life. Have that proverbial dessert and keep it moving. And here's the thing. Okay, so the thing of it is that you're not allowing yourself to kind of let your hair down, right? You're not letting your hair down because, frizz. But anyway, that's enough about me. Let's talk about you. You're not allowing yourself to let your hair down and all of those things, and you're afraid of standing out because you actually fear success, right? You're blocking your own potential blessings. You have the potential to be successful. You have the potential to get those blessings. You have the potential to be so much more, but you continue to stifle yourself. This is like it's like a playbook, you guys. You have to hold yourself accountable to the things that you set out to do, and then allow yourself to enjoy life. Remember, you do not have to fit in. And guess what? When you allow yourself to not fit in, that's when that success is going to come. And then mistakes are going to happen. Yeah, sure. You're not going to fit in. You're going to bump your head. You're going to do all these things, and you're going to feel like silly or however you might feel. But guess what? If you perceive something as being a mistake, it's not to your detriment if you allow it to redirect you as opposed to cancel you, right? Mistakes are going to happen. The biggest mistake you can make is not moving ahead, not pushing forward. Listen, this is a playbook for you. Focus on your strengths. Even when you make those proverbial mistakes, what were the strengths that came out of it? Instead of looking at, it's a failure, I did wrong, I can't do anything right, all those types of things, because that'll take you on that downward spiral, right? What Spirit is saying is to focus on that potential ascended smile, right? Focus on the strengths, focus on the outcomes, focus on the things that went right. And then you can make those minor pivots, right? Pivot, right? Have you watched Friends? Pivot. And then at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, Spirit is saying, you already know the answer, man. You already know the answer. You already know what works, what doesn't work. You already know which direction you feel like you need to go, but you're allowing society, you're allowing your fans. Okay, you got fans. All right. Your friends and family to distract you and to influence you in a way that stifles you is what I receive. So all in all, what this message is trying to tell you is stay focused. Do the things that you set out to do. Make sure that you're enjoying life as you do it. Stop preventing yourself from receiving those rewards, whether it be from external sources or internal, right? Because we can reward ourselves, especially in the absence of external reward, right? Because we can be our own self-validation. Remember, you don't have to fit in. Stop fearing your success, especially when you are constantly working so hard to get it. If you're working towards it, don't run from it when you start seeing it come your way, right? And listen, learn from your mistakes, focus on your strengths, and move on. You already know all this. I'm just reminding you. So that's it. And thanks for watching Apples and Tomato, and bye-bye.